Hello, welcome to Regenerate, Don't Degenerate. We're going to be doing some more exercises today. This is Tuesday. This is the day we do some stretches. So we worked a little bit hard yesterday. We're going to do some stretches today. But like always, you need to be warmed up, especially because we're doing these stretches. You don't want to stretch when your muscles aren't ready to go, when your joints aren't ready to go. You need to be warmed up to do it. So 5 to 10 minutes, do some, walking, running, jogging, swimming, bicycling, rollerblading, whatever you have to do. Skiing if you like to ski.
Swimming. I want to see this.
Skydiving doesn't count for this stuff, okay? But you want to get yourself warmed up so your body's ready to go, the blood's flowing, and you're warm. Then you're going to be able to do these and gain more from them. But also, get yourself hydrated. You want to have plenty of liquid going on. So 20 minutes, 40 minutes in between in that time period, get yourself some water. I usually drink 8 to 12 ounces before I do a good routine. But even during the exercise, you want to be doing some drinking. And like I always say,
get your medication on board if you need it.
Yeah, if you need medication.
And if you can do an herb instead of medication, all the better.
All the better. So this is not about hurting you. This is about helping you. So if at any point it's like uncomfortable, it's your body's telling you something. It's saying, "You're hurting me. Cut it out." And it means it. You need to back off, relax, and if you can do a little bit more later, that's fine. But don't hurt yourself. Take yourself almost to that point, but don't hurt yourself. If you stay consistent with that, eventually it's going to get better. For the vast majority of us, that's how we regenerate. So let's get started. We're just going to be doing some stretches today, like I mentioned. So we're going to start with our next stretch. So we kind of take our head back. We're not leaning it forward, but we're taking it back a bit, okay? And we're going to lean it over to the side, and we're just going to hold it there. We're going to hold it there for several seconds, and we're letting it pull over in here. It's doing some pulling, and we're kind of getting our shoulder, we're pulling into our shoulder. So we're letting it get that stretched out like it needs to. Your core is engaged. You are not holding your breath. You're breathing. You got your breathing going on so that oxygen is coming in. Okay, come back up to the top. Kind of wiggle that around, let the muscles get moving again. Let's go the other direction. So push the head over there. Remember, your head's back. It's not leaning down forward, but you got it back a bit. Standing up straight.
Standing up straight.
Stand up straight. Core engaged. Keep this core engaged. That's what's protecting you. Keep it taut. But it needs to be, you need to teach it to be taught, right? So it sits there nice and firm for you. Okay. Let's take our head. We're going to look down.
This is where he talks funny.
Chin to chest. Okay. A little bit of talking here. I can't see the clock. You see how far it is. You can
I'll
see
just peek up.
You're cheating, I think.
Just when I peeked up.
Oh, okay. Just a little bit of cheating. Still have our posture. We're upright. Right? How are we doing on time?
Good.
Okay. Kind of wiggle that around a little bit. Now we're going to tip our head back. We're holding our head back. I'm going to let that go for like 30 seconds. So that now, if you find this is too much, you can't go a full 30 seconds, stop. Go to a neutral position where you're comfortable. And if you can pick up a little bit later, do that. But don't hurt yourself. I don't want you hurting yourselves. Okay, there we go. So this next one, we're going to do our hands behind our backs and raise them up as far as we can. That's kind of stretching our upper back a bit, a little bit on our arms, where we're getting them stretched up. Good stretch. Pulling them out, and you're kind of pulling them up. You're trying to hold your hands if you can. If you can't, just get your arms around there as far as you can and pick them up as far as you can. And hold them there as long as you can. If you can make the full 30 seconds, hooray for you. Okay, let's let them go down. Is that feeling good? I'm hoping so. So the next thing is going to be a tricep stretch. And we're going to take this up and Actually, let's come across this way. We're not going to go overhead. Let's come across this way so you pull it in.
Why don't you get on your knees so they can see you?
Oh, you're losing my head. Okay. Pull it in as tight as you can, holding it in there. So you're pulling that tricep as far over as you can to get it nice and tight. Okay, let's let it go, shake it out. Now we're going to go the other direction. I had to remember which arm I'm using. What?
Your other left.
Sometimes you need to be talking about things and trying to do physical activities at the same time. And keep the physical activities right and the talking right.
You do great, Jim.
Good. I'm glad. I work at it, but it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Okay, good stretch there on the triceps.
That's stretched and clear across there.
Yeah, that's been stretched clear across there. So we're going to do two different kinds of stretches on our back right now. We're going to take our arms and our shoulders and we're going to pull them forward as far as we can and we're going to hold them there. So it's not that my arms are crossing over. It's just easier for me to pull my shoulders in with my arms like that. But I'm stretching my back. I'm pulling my back in. Well, I'm pulling my shoulders and shoulder blades around so it's stretching my back out. Okay, let's let that go. Now we're going to go back the other way. Try to bring those shoulder blades together back behind you. We're pulling those in. We're up straight, core engaged. Kind of easy in this position to do that, isn't it? But we're pulling those shoulder blades back as best we can, keeping them in really tight, getting them working. They're not used to doing that, are they? We don't do this kind of movement very often. Okay, we can let that go. Okay, we're going to do some quadricep stretches right now. So these guys are the ones we're stretching. So a little bit like we do this in cool down sometimes, but we have all of our weight on our forward foot. Now if you need some help balancing, grab whoever's next to you and let them balance you, okay? But we're trying to stretch this out in here as best we can. Now what we're going to do to help this a little bit, we're going to rock into it. Back and forth a little bit. This is a hard one to stretch. It's also working on your ankle a bit when you do that. You're keeping that foot flat on the floor. But we're trying to get that to stretch out in there as much as we can. It's a hard one to do. Let's switch sides. So let's go forward on that. Just kind of sit there for a while. Let that be stretching out. It likes to really tighten up, doesn't it? But it's an important muscle to keep working because guess what? Most of our movements require this quadricep to be doing things. Okay, let's kind of rock back and forth on it a little bit now. What's that? A few rocks here. One more. Okay. Great work on the quadriceps. Next one is my least favorite. I'm going to have to support myself to do this. She can do two at once. I'm going to do one at a time, but we're spinning our ankles around, okay?
Just do one at a time.
Let's reverse the direction.
Why is this your least favorite?
Because I am so uncoordinated in the ankles. I've been that way. My mom told me that I had weak ankles when I was a child.
And
she didn't think that I would ever be able to ice skate. I was never, I'm not like a hockey player ice skater, but I was able to do it. Switch feet.
You're doing yours in under my down.
So you're unwinding and I'm winding it up. Okay, I've almost got it fully wound up. Now we're going to unwind it. Other direction. Do a little bit more work on these ankles, okay? Just bend them out where you're going out like this with your ankles. Let's just hold them there for a while. You're stretching out those muscles that are on the outside of your legs. Hold them there a little bit more. We had this before, we're not going to do it quite as long. Bring them in. Hold that there for a bit. Just a little bit more. Okay, so let it go. Now, this is a little bit of a stretch in one way, and it causes, you know, you have opposing muscles, one that pulls and one that pushes, and vice versa, depending on the motion that you're making. But we're going to go up on our toes and we're going to stay there. So we're actually stretching some muscles and contracting others in order to do this. So, and that's the reality. Anytime you're stretching one, you're contracting another. Whether it's a single, you know, two muscles, one contract, one stretch, or groups of muscles that are doing, and it's usually groups that are involved. How long can you stay up on those toes like a ballerina? You're done?
Pretty much.
Okay, down we go. We'll let her be the...
Are you going to do opposing?
Well, we can do that.
Toes up on your heels.
We're on our heels.
And Jim's going to fall.
We're going to see how long we can stay on our heels. And we're breathing while we're doing this, right? Breath in,
okay, that's
breath out. Okay. You're wimping out on us. That was a good amount of time. So we're going to do a few more of these cat-cows than we normally do for the warm-up and cool-down. But we're here to try to get some limberness going on. So we go into our cow.
All over down.
Into our cat. Not our dog.
This isn't a dog cow. This is a cat cow.
So nice slow movements, keeping that back, doing what it needs to. Now let's go into the cat. We're just going to hold it there for a while. Kind of let it arch back cat, kind of like what you see for Halloween, that black cat with that back going straight up. Let it go and relax down into the cow. And we're going to sit here and just chew our cud for a while. Just keep ourselves down like that. Letting ourselves relax and feeling good. Okay. We're going to go back up. And this time we're doing our hamstrings back here, okay? So we're going to have our feet kind of lined up. If you've got to go out like this to keep your balance, do it. If you need a chair, do it. We're going to put our weight into our rear foot, and we're going to push into it. We're standing up straight, and we're pushing into it and pushing our leg back.
We're just going to pull one leg up at a time and pull the toe back.
We've got our knee locked so the leg is straight, and we're doing everything we can. And we can go forward more, furthermore. And it's going to stretch this out more back here. But that's the idea. We're trying to get a stretch in this, to get it stretched out. This will help us with low back issues.
And if you have one of these and your leg starts to shake, you just pull the toe towards you.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
So you want to be standing up straight, posture correct. That's where this can do you the most good. Let's go ahead and switch legs now. Remember, foot, heel, toe, both the rear foot on the ground. You're pushing back into it. And if you need to slide the other foot out a bit so that you can get a good stretch, you do that. But you want it to stretch out. A good stretch in that rear leg. Nice stretch. You know, as you do this consistently, it starts feeling good when you go into these kinds of stretches. Okay, let's let that come out of that. So let's, you know, it's a good time to have a little water. A little drink of water if you need it. But let's just kind of move, a little bit of walking in place. Nice slow walk. And you know, we can do a side step shuffle if we can. Just keep it moving. We're letting our, you know, we've been working them pretty hard, really. And these stretches do more than you realize. They seem easy, but they're working those muscles. And if you just quit cold turkey, then there's a chance of it doing a little bit of injury to you. So you don't want to do that. We want to keep moving here for a couple more minutes, talking you through this. So while I'm talking and walking, just want to talk to you a bit about regeneration. You know, this is a topic that you're going to hear from me every time. I believe in it.
I believe that I've experienced it. I know what shape I was in physically. Even though I was exercising some and walking, I had way too much going on, but I wasn't exercising right. It was just walking, which is good. If that's all you're going to do, that's great. Do that. But there was so much of my body that wasn't getting the exercise it needed. For example, I had a lot of lower back pain constantly. The walking didn't fix that. It helped a little. But as I've started doing other exercises that are stretching and strengthening the muscles that deal with that back pain, I don't have back pain anymore. I mean, it's amazing. I never complain about it. It's not there. It's gone.
His was so bad.
And I
had to call
suffered with it.
911 once.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah. But it was like 15 years or so that I had just a constant nagging, sometimes worse, sometimes not as bad. And I exercised a little and it could help. But as I've started became a personal trainer, learned about exercise, started understanding the muscles and what they're doing and how to deal with them, the lower back pain is gone. Not having suffered with arthritis, I can't speak from experience, but I do know in my studying and reading about exercise and different forms of arthritis is that you have to be careful. You don't want to overdo, but the exercising is something you want to do to keep from losing what you have, to have it get worse. But also, the exercising and eating correctly can help you drop excess weight that you may have. That weight is causing more stress on your joints. So if you get rid of that, then that can help decrease the pain a little bit. You probably know that, but I'm here to encourage you that you can do it. And
he's a walking, talking billboard.
I'm a walking, talking billboard. So, and I'm not promising miracles, but I'm promising that hard work can make a difference. If you work at it consistently, it will make improvements. So, thanks for being with us today and watching along. Invite your friends on over to participate and to take part in this with you, or to watch this as well themselves. We enjoy having you. Be sure to, if you haven't, to subscribe. Click on the little bells to get notified of what the new one is, or when it gets released each day. And keep exercising. It's the exercising that's going to help you regenerate so that you don't degenerate. Take care.